Morning, Homer 1 and Homer 2. So excited to be here with you on this Wednesday as we get into Module 13A. So today you're going to be working on Module 13A. You're watching the video. Great job. And there you are going to take some time, hopefully today, to read and update that IR document so that that is ready to go as we wrap up our week. So you may be asking yourself, why 13A? Why is Module 13 split into two parts, 13A and 13B? The answer is that Module 13 is split into two parts to support the writing process. So today you are going to plan and write a letter, and then you will revise this letter tomorrow. It is a great idea, whenever possible, to take a break in the writing process between writing your first draft and revising your second draft. Why? Well, I would say that it's really good to get perspective. So when we write something, usually we're trying to put forth our best ideas, but then if we take a little bit of a break and we come back to our writing, we have new perspective and we can kind of get some distance and see what we want to keep and what we want to change. So if you decide to do 13A and 13B today, that's awesome. You could finish out for the week. But I will say that you might want to try to take a break in between so that you can get that perspective, and also just keep in mind that you're going to be writing a longer text today. You're going to be writing a formal letter. So that's probably something that's going to take you a little bit more time than the 1 hour block. So we wanted to just give you more time, split this up, and give you that space and support to make this final letter to frontline workers awesome. All right, so today you have a do now, which is going to be some grammar, some revision practice to help you prepare to revise your letter. You have vocab, a hook. You're going to read and answer guided questions about a sample letter. You're going to have some direct instruction about actually crafting your letter, and then you're going to have some work time to create your first draft. You are not going to complete a mastery check on Edulastic. Instead, the mastery check is going to be the letter to frontline workers that you create today, your first draft. So, content objectives. Students will be able to plan and draft a thank you letter to frontline workers that provides historical context, specific instance of the work of a frontline worker, and a genuine thank you. So you will be working today in this Module 13A document, but pretty quickly into the module, you're going to shift over and open up your first draft document, and you're going to work on that. All right, so I want to just close out with some tips for writing your first draft. First thing, revise your letter as you go. If the computer tells you to fix something as you're writing, just fix it. Look, it's telling me that I need to spell this word correctly. So I'm just going to go ahead and make that change so that that's done. Honestly, your computer is giving you so much help as you revise. Google Docs is like catching so many errors, and that's really the easy stuff. Just fix that stuff as you go. That's going to let you spend 13B focusing on more important and more challenging revisions. Tip 2. Be specific. So as you write, you're going to be writing this letter to a specific frontline worker. The directions say in the letter that you need to name the specific person or type of frontline worker that you are thanking. So as you start to write this, I think this is really crucial, and you want to make sure you do this well today because it's going to be hard to fix once you've already written your letter. So you have some options here. You can either write your letter to a specific person. So say maybe you know someone, a family member, a friend who actually is a frontline worker. You could write to that person. You don't know someone specifically, then you can think about a type of worker that you want to thank. For me, yesterday I went to the grocery store, and I haven't gone that often, and I just was so thankful for the people who were working there, both to keep the store safe and clean, and also just working there, having a good attitude. The woman who was helping me just check out my groceries, she was so positive, she was so helpful. I don't know her personally, but I would love to write my letter thanking her specifically. And then also you want to include specific details about one of the upstanders you wrote about this week. as you write your first draft so that you don't have to go back and fix all of that later. And then the last tip is to check your word count today at the end of your the module to make sure you've written enough. And I'm going to show you how to do that just in case you forgot. Okay, so when you're in your draft, the way to check your word count is to highlight everything you've written. So everything that's underneath where it says write your letter here. Then you're going to go to Tools, and you can click Word Count. And it's going to tell you a number. So this 18 out of 181, that means that my letter, the part I highlighted, is currently 18 words long. It needs to be 250, so I have a long ways to go, which makes sense because I haven't written anything in the document. Make sure you go by this first number and not the second number. The second number includes the directions. Those don't count. So you got to go by this first number, this 18. When that is up to 250, you've met the word limit or the word minimum. And that's what you need to do today. All right. So those are our 3 tips to get you started, and best of luck as you work through Module 13A.